Welcome to another week of news. We've got a little bit to go over and also a special little expose at the end of a massive bug that I've noticed for Warlock. I wanted to put it out in an official video, so it's going in this one. Keep an eye out for that bestie bundle in the video. Be the first to comment in the comments and get that coupon for this week. And with that, let's get into it. So the first thing I want to touch on is the Forbidden Treasure Chest promotion that is currently going on and will keep going on until the next major patch in September 3rd. So technically this ends September 2nd, but so a lot of people were very frustrated when they were expecting gold chests. I'm sorry, my bad. I may have added to that hype a little bit. However, with the new patch that came out, we of course had a Divine Gem chest put in the shop. It's 200 Divine Gems, which is almost the equivalent of 10 gold, at least at the time that it came out. It ends up being a little bit more now, especially as gold keeps deflating. However, with all that said, people are loving this. People love the fact that they have this gacha mechanic in-game to try and basically swipe and buy stuff really quickly without the grind. Now, of course, you don't want to do this too much as a game developer because that means people just swipe, they get everything they want, and then they get bored super quickly. You need that kind of give and take to make sure that people are still playing your game instead of just using it as a rewards collector storage, if you would. However, props to NCsoft. While we were expecting a gold chest, there is apparently talks going on to try and get a proper gold chest gacha event similar to this one, starting the next patch with the Silverfrost update, assumed Silverfrost update. However, this one seems to be doing a pretty good job. The rewards aren't something I personally look forward to. The biggest chase prize here are the legendary cards that you can get for your card sets. Not something I'm personally looking to invest in right now when I'm still trying to build skill books. However, I know a lot of people who have tried and a lot of people who have been very successful with this mechanic. A lot of people really enjoy this kind of stuff. They are swiping nonstop. A quick thing to note, it is a 0.5% chance in order to get a legendary card, which means you have to buy about 200 boxes in order to average one card for your legendary card, which means it's about 40,000 Divine Gems worth per legendary card. Now, while this is technically inefficient compared to other means to get just a legendary card, remember you're also getting a whole bunch of goodies in addition to that legendary card whenever you roll those 200 boxes, including other purple cards that also let you get more legendary card rerolls through your fusion tab and all that kind of stuff. So it ends up being a very efficient means to get these kinds of items, even though you're not getting, a chest every single time you roll. Regardless, people seem to really enjoy this, so it's going well. I hope to see more of this in the future. People seem to like it. It seems to be doing incredibly well for both the community after the initial backlash, that is, and also just for NCsoft. They're getting a lot of money from it, so good job. Next up is a bit of a weird one. They are discontinuing physical NCoin cards that you might buy for yourself in like Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Target, Ralph's, whatever it is that wherever you go, wherever you shop for those kinds of things. Now, this doesn't affect like email codes that you would buy from their website and then would be emailed to you, or like virtual codes where there's no like physical card attached to it. However, any physical card that does have that code is now discontinued, does not work anymore. In classic NC fashion, we were told about this on August 12th when they technically discontinued this on August 8th. Good job. However, beside the point, they do have an article attached to this Discord post basically giving you the format in order to send a support ticket in order to get your issues with any unclaimed rewards yet on a physical card dealt with. You're basically going to be going through their customer service support. So for anyone who does have NCoin left on a physical card, do that before it's too late, and good luck. Next up, of course, we had the Hot Chroma Summer event winners announced last week. They officially during this week gave out all the rewards to people. It should be a coupon or so that you get from the F10 shop. Just go F10, go to your special coupons tab and look for those there. It should give you the costumes for the participation rewards as well as the weapon skin and a bunch of other stuff. Now, it is funny because, as noted in the last video, there was a costume promised for Neo players, which ended up having to be swapped last second as part of the rewards. Some people were super angry about it, some people didn't care. I personally don't care, but I do think it's kind of a bad thing when you have to swap those kinds of things last second, especially when you're dealing with virtual goods. I don't understand why there was such a problem just taking that virtual costume and giving it to players, but having to do with a different virtual costume. I don't know how these things works, but it just seems a little strange. So either way, if you haven't picked up your rewards yet, make sure that you're going into your coupons page to get it, and if you do have issues, always contact that wonderful NCsoft support. In a great surprise to both the players and apparently the NCsoft team, the back end over at NCsoft was working on a new purple overlay integration for Neo. So you follow the instructions to, I think it's Shift Tab in order to start the overlay, and there's supposed to be a whole bunch of integrations you can do with Discord, with Twitch, with the purple chat, whatever have you. It looks kind of interesting. I haven't gotten to mess around with it yet, but I will play around with it a little bit to see what I can get working if possible, and good job. I think these kinds of integrations and things that they seem to be pushing, such as like built-in window to stream while you're playing, so that way you can have one screen showing both your gameplay while also interacting with like a Twitch stream or a YouTube video or whatever have you. I think that stuff's really good, especially since a lot of MMO gameplay tends to just be mindless kind of like grinding. It's nice to be able to have that kind of distraction there without constantly shift tabbing between the two, especially if you're only working with one monitor. So, good job. I look forward to seeing the improvements that you make on it in the months coming. And finally, there is a huge Warlock bug going on right now, something that I wanted to bring attention to because while it's nice to have something that empowers your class more than it needs to be, Warlock needs a lot of help, and I don't want a whole bunch of statistics being based on the fact that you're bug abusing. So, without further ado, this bug basically allows you to get soul burn without cooldown. As long as your thrall is up, you can keep your soul burn up, and it is a really, really crazy interaction. It works by effectively self-stunning your thrall while he tries to explode himself by casting E and then tab immediately after, causing him to fall in and try to soul burn at the same time. This basically creates a situation where he falls into you, soul burns but doesn't explode, he stays on the field, and also soul burn doesn't go on cooldown. A lot of people can use this in order to artificially boost their DPS numbers because a soul burn that's near permanent is going to make the class really, really strong. However, it is super hard to do without either macros or cheats, basically. It is inconsistent for the regular player trying to use the keys with their hands, but it is something that you can practice for while the bug exists. This apparently exists in Korea still, months after the release of Warlock. However, I do want to advocate for this to go the fuck away. I don't want to have the cap of my class something where you have to rely on a huge bug abuse in order to make work. I want to have it where the class works as expected, and then if the class needs buffs from there, it's given buffs from there. So, without further ado, here's a few Twitch clips of me showing this to a friend the other night. Just take a look at what that looks like.
Take it all back. I take it all back.
See, so now I have soul burn, but I still have thrall up and I have soul burn. So this is gonna wear off, and then as soon as my soul burn wears off, I can soul burn again. However, what you can also do is you can just keep doing that permanently, and you can have soul burn as long as you have thrall up. And this is also why suddenly people are starting to take a Circle of Wrath book, because I did it. I have to do it really fast. Okay. Let's see if I can do it again. Oh no, I couldn't get it. But I did manage to get it again. Fascinating stuff, isn't it? Anyway, that's going to do it for this week's news video. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to put that comment for the bestie bottle if you are one of the first to watch. Make sure that you can get that coupon reward. There will be more for the rest of this month as well. So if you don't get it, there will be other opportunities. And at the end of the month, there will be a Twitch stream raffling off any unused coupons as well. So look out for that. I will catch you in the next one. Peace.